In this video we will be installing a strong track, a Mack Pack, and a new mainsail. The Mack Pack comes with all the necessary lazy jacks, hardware and fittings that you will need for the installation. You can also get the optional Mack Pack bracket, which will work instead of tying the system to the back of the topping lift. The lazy jacks consist of 3 different sets of lines, an A, a B, and a C. The strong track will come coiled up in a box like this and might require you to enlarge your sail entry gate on the mast. You need a minimum of 4 inches on both sides, and it should be 10 inches up for ease of installation. You slide the boom all the way over to the side to give yourself some more room. When you get to the bottom, the track is fastened with several locking keys. They will be put into the sail slot and then rotated clockwise. They will push up against the inside of the mast track and then act as a nut and can be tensioned down. Push the track in, engage the key, and then tension up the screw until it tightens. Now we're ready to install the Mack Pack. Go ahead and roll the cover out along the boom, stretching the cover so that the back end reaches the topping lift. We provide a tie that is in the back of the cover that we want you to tie to the topping lift about 12 inches vertically up from the boom. Once the cover is secured in the back, we want to pull it forward while holding the bottom of the cover level with the boom and the front of the cover vertical. We would like to see 2 or 3 inches of overlap on the mast. Once you've figured that that works, you can go ahead and mark for the fasteners. So hold the cover in position, trace out the center of the eyelets, and then go ahead and prepare to mount the fasteners. Make sure to use a Tef gel on the fittings as well as on the screws. The twist fasteners utilize number 6 self-tapping screws that would require an 1/8 inch hole drilled. Once the fastener is secured, attach the bottom of the cover and now hold the top of the cover vertically tight. Fit the fitting in the top grommet so it's at a 45-degree angle, and once it's in the correct position, go ahead and mark those holes. These fasteners are 1024s that require a 5/32 drill bitted hole and a 1024 tap. Please go ahead and use the same sealant and secure the fitting. Once that's secure, mount the top fitting and you can go ahead and mark and drill your middle fastener. Once that's completed, you will go ahead and repeat that for the other side. We also offer an end of boom bracket in lieu of the topping lift. It does make for a cleaner installation because when you sail, the topping lift slacks off and the cover can go slack. With the boom bracket, the cover is able to stay taut the whole time. This fitting is installed with 4 1/4-20s that would require a 13/64 bit and a 1/4-20 tap. Once the fitting is installed, you can go ahead and attach the Mack Pack to the back of the bracket. This fitting can also be added later because, as you can see, it winds up being in almost the same exact position as the topping lift. And it sells for an additional $84. Now that that's done, you go ahead and secure the bottom of the cover so that it's level with the top of the boom and drawn tight along the boom length. The tighter the cover is drawn, the neater the installation and the better the sail cover will actually work. Once the cover portion is fitted, you want to go up the mast to the prescribed height where the lazy jack cheek blocks will be mounted. This will be written on your installation instructions. There are 2 Harkin cheek blocks that are drilled and tapped with 1024 fasteners, just like the top fasteners of the Mack Pack. The blocks will want to be mounted at a slight angle to give a fair lead back to the cover. Pass the end of the A line through the cheek block, making sure to go from the back of the mast forward. Go ahead and pull the line through the block until you get the end of the line at about boom height. We're now going to take the C line, which is the 1/4 inch line that has no splices or blocks in it, and pass that from bottom to top of the aft set of grommets in the cover. You want to pull about half of the line through one side and then repeat the process on the other side, making sure to keep the continuous line of the zipper on the inside of the C line. We're now going to take the end of the C line and pass it through the brass thimble on the end of the B line. The C line now goes from top to bottom of the grommets, and you want to go ahead and put a slip knot in the end of it. You then take the end of the B line and pass that through the Harkin cheek block. You pass the end of the B line through the grommets from top to bottom, and then repeat the slip knot, leaving about 18 inches of line underneath the stopper knot. Once that's done, you go ahead and take the end of the A line that's coming down from the mast, pass it through the first set of grommets from top to bottom. Now you've completed one side of the cover. You want to go ahead and do the same on the other side, and once that's complete, you can go ahead and tension up the covers. This is the rough installation. We now go ahead and eyeball the alignment for the cleats and the rest of the hardware. You'll go ahead and make sure that you get a straight alignment from the cleats up through the grommets. Repeat that process on the next 3 lines back that have the eye straps. Go ahead and mark where the fasteners go. The eye straps get drilled and tapped with the same 1024s that we used for the cheek blocks and the hooks, and the cleats will be mounted with longer 1024s. Once the fittings are all installed, go ahead and remove the slip knots and pass the ends of the lines through the eye straps, securing them with stopper knots. Once all the fittings are installed, you want to go ahead and level the Harkin cheek blocks by seesawing the C line around and under the boom. The back set of jacks is a continuous line, so by pulling to roughly the middle and then tensioning both of the A lines, you'll be able to go ahead and get the blocks in the same level position. Now we're ready to start loading the sail. Our lazy jacks are fully retractable from either side, so go ahead and undo one side and pull the lazy jacks forward and wrap them around a winch or a cleat on the mast. This is also helpful when trying to raise the sail so that the full battens don't get caught in the jacks. You're also able to undo the top 2 fasteners on each side of the cover and roll it up while sailing if you'd like, so that you don't have to have the cover up flapping around when the wind is high. We're now ready to fit the foot of the mainsail. We usually try and leave the sail with its ties on and just slide the foot on so it doesn't get as sloppy on the deck. Go ahead and start sliding the foot slides in the boom until you get them all in and the clew is down at the end of the boom. From there, we'll want to go ahead and secure the tack fitting and the clew fitting. Once the foot is secure, it's time to start loading the sail slides in the strong track. Once all the slides are in and the sail is up, go ahead and reattach the 2 fittings on each side of the sail cover and tension up the lazy jacks. The last thing that we will do in the installation is go ahead and attach the 5 straps at the bottom of the sail cover that keep the cover secure to the boom. This can either be done by passing them under the sail and in between the sail slides, or we have arrangements to go ahead and be used for loose foot or bolt rope. Once the sail is dropped, we found it works the best to go ahead and pull the sail slides down the mast by undoing the bottom two fasteners on one side. Now work your way down the end of the boom, tucking the sail inside the sail cover until you get to the very back. Go ahead and push the clew patches in and start the zipper forward as far as you can reach. Usually 2 or 3 feet works quite well. Then you can go ahead and walk back to the front of the mast, and once the sail is all tucked down below the zipper, go ahead and pull the continuous line forward and secure the Mack Pack. And now you're ready to go sailing.